Good morning, everybody. Priscilla here at the 1870. I am going to show you some awesome tips for turning things like this, little slides, little baubles, little mirrors, into wonderful little things like this. Beautiful little pieces of jewelry made with alcohol inks. So let's get started. Okay, there's lots of different alcohol inks that you can get a hold of. These are two different of the major brands, but I want to show you how they work. A lot of times people go crazy and they put on too much of this stuff. It's easy to do. A little goes a long way. You're putting it on a non-porous surface, so a little bit, little, that was even too much. So when that happens, and when you have too much, I like to work with several projects at once. I can take this, it's a little plastic toothpick, and I can do things like spread it a little. You have to work quick. This stuff dries really fast, and you'll see that I'm working on a white sheet of paper. I do a lot of mixed media art. This is going to become something awesome in the future. So this helps spread it and move it, but you can see it's already kind of dry. You can hopefully see, let me pull this a little closer for you. You can hopefully see here the this little toothpick will spread things around to give things a different little cool look. So I'm going to take another color here, and I'm going to try to put on a teeny tiny drop. The problem with these are you have no control over the size of the drop. So the inks I make myself, I can dip a brush into. So you see how that spreads it, and this really gives it a dimensional look. There's, you know, you can see the blues still, you can see the greens. So I'm gonna take another color here. I think I'm gonna take purple. Purple person. I'm gonna put just a tiny little drop. Even though you have best intentions to do a tiny drop, don't beat yourself up when a whole lot comes out. That's how it works. So I have this look going on. Wear gloves if you don't want your fingernails to look like this. And I'm going to take and swirl that. Now I have this great little blending solution that I do up myself, and I like this because I can take it and I can almost paint with it. Now I'm going to show you a neat little trick here. So you see how this one is. It has a lot of ink on it, and it's kind of messy looking. If I was doing this, I would be very disappointed when I started and I'm getting this look. So I'm going to take a couple other ones and keep them close because you only have so much time to work with this. And I'm going to paint, but when I paint, I'm going to come over here. So I'm going to start to pick up some colors. So I can paint my colors around. I want them subtle around the edges of this piece. But watch, let me get a piece here on the clear. Can you see some color going on there in the solution? Okay, so now this one and this one is painted, and I like this. My color has left a nice little edge here. It's going on. I'm going to come back in with a little bit of the blue. Just a little. Again, if you want to do a little drop and you're afraid of how much is going to come out, put it onto a brush. There you can put a little bit more to make a nice little circle. But then watch on these how the circles go. So use like just a little brush. I want to make one look like a little eye of a peacock, and I think I'm going to use this one to do that. So. Okay, so now I'm going to take a tiny little bit of the green. Can you see that circle in there? And I'm going to, instead of dropping it right onto here, I'm going to drop it onto here. I'm not washing this brush out. There just came a little drop. So now I can put in, and you'll see how the green goes. If I tried to put a whole drop on this rounded surface, it would run right off. So I'm going to try to touch that one right in the middle. Ooh, I like that. And you can, if you want to pull it down on one side, I want that one to look like the eye of the peacock, like I said. But then I'm going to just I'm just going to tap around the edge with this green. You see how that's working there? Now I'm going to put the magic on. This is gold. I use some other things that aren't alcohol ink as well. This is a beautiful, oops, too close, sorry. This is a beautiful iridescent medium that you can use too. This is actually gold. It's from Pinata brand. So watch what happens when this gets onto our alcohol ink. Again, I'm going to go on here rather than the whole drop. You are going to, when you start doing this, you're going to love what happens here. So now I'm going to take and I'm just going to touch right around the edge of this. Can you see that gold? That gold spreading out there. And there's still enough on here to really have it do its magic. If I want to dot it, I just touch with a bit of my paintbrush and it turns into a circle. But I like the unique shapes, so I'm going to dot some gold around here. Can you see it moving? Okay, I'm going to come back in with just a bit of blue. Let a paintbrush, and you don't have to even use a good paintbrush, let a paintbrush be your friend. This paintbrush is going to have some gold on it, but I want to put this blue right through the center. Watch it spread out there and do its magic. And I think I'm going to put this one just around the edge. A bit more blue. It really intensifies the color when you come back on it. And this one, I'm going to try to do a circle in the middle. Some of the other ink might stop it, but that's totally what I'm going for right there. So these ones, you can see they are they're really, really colorful. I'm going to work just a little bit more on this edge of this one. And I'm just going to touch with my brush that has all those colors on it. Less is more when you're working on little pieces like this. Less is so much more. So there we have them, 3 beautiful beads that will now get first sealed with Kmart varnish twice, and then sealed with an acrylic sealer that's UV protectant, and then my jewelry findings put on here. Hope this helps you, and have fun. Check back with the 1870. We're going to be putting lots of helpful videos up for you. Have fun.